Welcome back everyone to another Kenshi video. It's your boy Cool Kid Croc, and today we're going to be talking about how to stay motivated to keep playing Kenshi. So there's a lot to do in Kenshi, and it can be very hard to stick around and get through all the content that the game has to offer. I know a lot of people struggle with getting into the game and binging it at first, but then after it just sort of dies off if they don't go back to it. But there's a lot of things to do in Kenshi, so I'm going to be going over that. So this video will basically help anybody who's been playing Kenshi or plans to play Kenshi. It is an open world game and there's a lot to do and a lot of different possibilities, so it's a game that you can get a lot of content out of. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe, but without further ado, let's go into the first tip, and that's going to be to play casually. A lot of people start off with Kenshi and they'll start playing the game all day. You know, they'll be addicted to it. They'll put in 70 hours in the first week, but then after that, they are dragged out. They've been so familiarized with the world, and, you know, it can be very daunting spending that amount of time in Kenshi or in any game, period. One of the tips that I have that I've used over time of playing Kenshi is just playing casually. So you don't need to hop on for like 12 hours every day. I do have an odd day where I'll play for a pretty long time, but most of the time I just play for a couple hours or so. After about 1 year of playing, I've got 330 hours in game, and if you break that down, that's a little under an hour every day. Even though there's days where I'm not playing and then there's days where I'm playing more, I still have played quite a bit over the span of a year. Also, just taking breaks or playing this game along with other games has worked well for me. I find Kenshi is a really good single player game, and I like to return to it to progress my single player campaign, but if you shuffle it out with a few other games, it can really help you stick around and play it for longer. Now the second thing I usually do is look into mods. After I had about like 50 hours on Kenshi, I started to look into the mods in the game, and mods really open up a lot that Kenshi just can't do on its own. There's many great mods that are out on the workshop, like recruiting prisoners, ones that add new factions, weapons, armor, quests, locations. You know, you can get fucking anything you want really, to a certain degree within the mod creator's capabilities, but there's a lot of extra content that is already made by other people that's all ready for you to go and play. As well as the overhaul mods and mods that just make the game a little bit different or harder. Those are always really cool to look into if you've already played through the entire game. No, mods are really fun, and if you haven't looked into them, they're definitely worth looking into, but I definitely do recommend you back up your save files. This is something that a lot of people don't really do for most games, and I didn't do it for my first few Kenshi games, and this would just go to fuck me over later on, as Kenshi is an open world sandbox game. So basically, you know, there can be a time where the game will update, and then boom, your old saves with a certain mod are now corrupted. Now, that can be terrifying, of course, or just the fact of hard drive failure and other factors. So to back up your saves in Kenshi, it's not even that hard. All you have to do is go into the folder that you have Kenshi in, then go into the save files folder. Now just copy the folder for the save file that you want to back up and paste it somewhere else or upload it to a cloud. This way, if anything goes wrong or game breaking, you always have a spare that's, you know, a good state, so you won't have to worry about being demotivated from losing a full save file. For the fourth tip, it's going to be checking out YouTube content of the game. Depending on what types of things you watch, like media-wise, there's a lot of different Kenshi content that could definitely be in your alley. There's lots of very entertaining Let's Plays and gameplay videos that have been done, as well as content on mods, news, guides, tutorials, lore. While at the moment there isn't a super abundance of content for the game, there is quite a bit to go through and quite a bit of content that could spark inspiration. Just playing Kenshi is pretty fun, but it's also pretty cool seeing what other people have pulled off and do in the game. And there are definitely a lot of top tier Kenshi videos that have really made me want to play the game more. So that's something I definitely recommend you try and check out. Now on my channel I have a Let's Struggle series, which is like a Let's Play, but it's all edited down and narrated by me. There's other types of videos that other people have made which also show off the game in a pretty good light, so I would honestly just say do some searching around. You know, Kenshi's a very random game with a lot of different scenarios and different ways to play it, so, you know, you could end up finding someone that plays the game completely different from you but still makes it really entertaining, or different ways that just interest you. And for number 5, I want to say change the game to your liking through modding. Now one of the things that still blows my mind is just Kenshi's built-in mod creator. Now, while you can't do everything as extensive as, say, the Skyrim script extender and stuff like that, just learning how to mod in Kenshi isn't that difficult. I mean, if you can play Kenshi, you can probably learn how to mod for Kenshi. And the advantages to doing this are just the fact that you can change whatever properties or try and make the game exactly to how you want. While mods also help out the rest of the community when they're uploaded, it also just helps you as you have a personal project sort of on this one game. I've looked into the mod manager a couple times and just dabbled with it, but I haven't gone into it too much yet. I'm planning to really go into it once I'm sort of in late game or starting to get bored of a game, which just hasn't happened yet. Either way though, just modding on Kenshi is a shit ton easier than a lot of other games, so it is definitely something that's worth looking into, but wouldn't be extremely time consuming depending on what you want to mod in. But those are just my tips on ways to stay motivated to play Kenshi. The game doesn't have to be like dragging, or it shouldn't be frustrating to figure out what you want to do in the game or what you need to prioritize next. It's a lot better just playing the game like a normal game. While the game doesn't have like a lot of properties of Minecraft, it is similar in the open world aspect, at least in the way of replayability. I've always found different things to do in Kenshi from my previous playthroughs, as well as just the amount of actual content that there is to discover in-game. There is a lot of reasons to actually stay around and play the game, but those are just the things that have really kept me playing for the past year. So if you guys have any tips or suggestions for ways that you stay motivated to play Kenshi, or ways that you hop on Kenshi without wearing yourself out, then make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to try and have some more Kenshi discussion videos and commentary videos like this. So if you guys do like them, leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys like to see. Either way, I hope I gave you guys a few ideas or ways that you can stay playing Kenshi for a longer amount of time. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.